The FTX DR8 has landed. Roll the intros. Hello YouTubers and welcome back to Chelmswood RC. I'm Peter. As you can see today, and as from the title, you can see we're going to be taking a look at the FTX DR8 1/8 scale desert buggy. Now I'm just going to quickly pause the camera and put this down because it is quite heavy. So as you guys know, I have recently only just got back into the RC hobby in the past 2 or 3 months. And as you guys are aware, if you keep an eye on my channel, I have got a Kyosho electric buggy, I've got the HPI Bullet 3.0, and I've also got an FTX Zorro Nitro version. Since I've been back in the hobby, been doing a lot of research on what people like, what people are buying out there, and a lot of people are roaring in good ways about the FTX DR8. Now so far I've had, like I said, I've had the FTX Zorro and I am absolutely super impressed with that, the Nitro version. So I decided, after a lot of, homework on videos, watching other people's channels on YouTube, Tomley RC, Chris with an RC as well, because he has a DR8, and a couple of other people that have got DR8s, I've decided, right, okay, the disco rig that used to be behind me has now been sold. The money from that has gone into the DR8s. Now, I want to say a massive thank you to Wheelspin Models and Hobbies in Cannock. They have got their DR8 priced at, I think it's $379 or $389. And I've been onto a couple of other websites and they were charging $359. And I went to Wheelspin Models and Hobbies, said, will you do, a price comparison if I could find it cheaper? Showed them where I could find it cheaper, and yes, they brought the price down to £359, which I think is about $400 US, but I'm not 100% on conversion rates. So without further ado, I'm actually going to turn the camera around and let's get unboxing this DR8 and having a look at it. But again, a massive thank you to Simon, the manager at Wheelspin Hobbies and Models, for doing the price comparison for me. Straight from the box, we have waterproof 15 kilo metal geared steering servo. Now, with all the videos that I have watched, again, Tomley RC, Chris with an RC, they have said that this servo could do with upgrading, so that is something I will be looking at in the future. Super bright front and rear LED bars, heavy duty front CVD drive shafts, which are obviously in between the wheels and the other parts of the car, 2000 kV 4-pole brushless motor, which is capable out of the box on a 6-cell LIPO of 60 miles an hour. I am in the process of getting a speed tester for my phone, similar one that Tomley RC uses, so I will be doing a follow-up video on the DR8 and show you what speeds these can do straight out of the box. It's got pivot ball suspension, 2.4 gigahertz radio system, and it's 99% ready to run. Basically, all you have to do is put a battery in it, and that is it, because you do not get any batteries with this car. And also on the bottom, we have again the four-wheel drive, shaft driven, and 99% ready, 2.4 gigahertz, and also it is supposed to be waterproof. So I'm going to get it out of the box, guys, and we're going to show you what you get in the box, and obviously what other goodies that I have bought to get this up and running. So inside the box, we get the usual instruction manuals for the DR8. Also inside you have a binding plug and a little piece of plastic there for the aerial, and you get a set of 2 XT90 connectors because this car does run on XT90 batteries. So also in the box you get this box as well, which brings you a Fly Sky GT2 Evo 2-channel radio with, if I can flip it up, bear with me 2 seconds guys. You've got the usual steering trims, throttle trims, and reverse for the servos as well, and the usual on-off button, and also steering drive rate as well, dual rate, sorry, as well. So it's a nice little radio. You can't drive it one-handed, but you could obviously adapt the wheel if you wanted to, but plenty of movement on the trigger, but it is quite a bit of a far away to put full brake on. So yeah, will I upgrade this eventually to another radio? Quite possibly, because if you get a lot of RCs, it is simpler to use one radio that you can have multiple cars connected to. But the car itself is, I'm going to get my little measuring stick out here. It is roughly about 19 to 20 inches in length. Height wise is about 9 inches high, I think. Yep, 9 inches high. And from side to side, you're looking at a width of about roughly 13 inches. It is quite heavy, and that is without batteries, because this runs on a single 4-cell, or you can run it on a single 6-cell, or you can put 2 3-cell LIPOs in this and run it on 6-cell like that way. But suspension wise, very, very nice. Oil shot fields, aluminium at the front and back. You have the optional spare tyre at the back, and that is an actual functional spare tyre. So if one of your wheels on the sides is getting a bit short on treads from where you've been wheel spinning it or wheeling it, because these are known on a 6S LIPO that they can do pretty good wheelies. So I'm going to quickly pull the little things out, take the top off, but you must be careful, because we'll show you around the car as well. On the front you've got a lovely massive LED bar there, which is about roughly 5.5 inches long. And again, on the back here there is another LED bar, and on the sides you've got these lovely fire extinguishers put in there. So obviously when you do lift this lid off, it is probably a wire connected here. So what you're going to have to do is obviously disconnect them before obviously you go putting the body off. But what you can do is you can buy extensions for these servo extension wires, and they just quickly pull out. Inside, this is quite heavy because of the tyre on the back and the LEDs, but lovely construction inside. It looks like it's an all one piece construction anti-roll bar cage, which is going to help if this thing ever rolls. It's going to protect your shell a bit more. I've gone for the blue version, as you can see. I do love that new tube, love it. It's quite funky. On the inside you have a 2000 kV brushless motor. I believe it is like I said, it's a 15 kilo servo. Again, a lot of people have upgraded these, and like I said, it runs on XT90s. Now if you are going to run this on a single 4-cell or a single 6-cell, you are going to need a little plug to go in there to just make the connection go right way through the system, because otherwise you're not going to get the drive out of it properly. So that is something you're going to have to bear in mind. You're going to have to get an added extra, or if you can, with the ones that you get in the instructions, if you want to make your own, then that would be a good idea. Just going to zoom you in a little bit, guys. You have a Hobby Wing branded 150 amp ESC, which is fan cooled. There is no cooling on the actual motor itself, but possibly you could actually make that you could probably adapt something on there to probably put a fan on there to keep that cool. The receiver and the majority of the electronics are inside this box, and this is waterproof. There's obviously your little aerial, which is obviously what that plastic aerial cover is for. And it has beautiful, beautiful suspension. Like I said, it's got aluminium shocks and they do feel quite responsive. And it's all four-wheel drive. You've got a central diff there, rear diff at the back, and again at the front. Let me just zoom you out a bit again, guys, because you're getting a bit close. Lovely front bumper there, which is obviously going to take a nice impact for you. But the one thing that a lot of people have said about the DR8s are the hinge pins that are under here. So you've got one there, one behind on this side, and again at the back. This is the DR8's weakness, is these hinge pins. So I will be looking at getting the aluminium versions of these and replacing these. It comes with a sway bar, so it helps it to keep it steady on fast runs. You can adjust your camber of the wheels with an adjustable turnbuckle there. Metal drive shafts, and if I remember rightly, they are pivot ball connections on the inside of the wheels. It is a very, very good buggy. But if you're only getting in, this is the one you want to buy, and you're only getting into the RC hobby, like I said, you're going to need to buy or make a connector for there if you're only running it on a single battery. So also, while I was at Wheelspin Models and Hobbies, and like I said, a great big thank you again to Simon and the boys there for doing the price comparison and making this cheaper for me. Instead of, you know, waiting in the post 2-3 days to get it from another manufacturer, look after your local hobby store and they're prepared to do a deal with you. So like I said, I've gone out and bought this Overlander batteries XT90 connector. So that would obviously go into that one to make the battery go round. I've also bought a Radient adapter. So this would go onto my new battery here, which I'm going to go into next. The new battery I bought is an XT90 connector, so it would connect straight to these. But my charger runs on XT60s because I've got the Sky RC T100. This is capable of doing 2 to 4 cell LIPOs, maybe even a 1 cell LIPO as well. But this is an XT90, so to charge my new battery, I've had to get a different connector. And again, later on, because I have got XT60 batteries, and I've got two free cell LIPOs, I'm going to have to obviously get the adaptions from them into there so I can run 2 batteries at the 6 cell. But like I said, if you are going to get this car and you only want the 1 battery, you're going to need that. If you've already got batteries, then you're going to need an adapter unless you're already running XT90 batteries. The LIPO itself is a Centro 4S LIPO, 7,600 milliamp hours at 14.8 volts at 100C, and it is a hard case, and like I said, it is an XT90. Just open it up, and it is quite a heavy battery, I will admit that, so it's going to add weight to your car as well. But like I said, again, hard case, perfect for bashing your battery. Your cells inside are going to be protected for quite a long while. Like I said, guys, in my other videos, if you are using LiPo batteries, always read the manufacturer's instructions on how to charge, discharge and store batteries, and never ever leave them in your car connected, because you never know, it could drain the battery and kill it, or the battery could make components in here catch fire. But that is my little beautiful FTX DR8. Hopefully in the next video we'll be getting it outside and taking it for a bash. Hope you've enjoyed this little video, guys, of my new purchase of the FTX DR8. Sorry if I have babbled on and waffled on a little bit. Like I said, I am still new in the RC industry. I've only just recently come back into it after a very, very long time out. and I'm not into electrics. I've done nitros in the past, so I am learning as I go. So if I have made any mistakes, please guys, please drop a comment down below and say, Peter, you should have said this instead of this. I do apologise. But if you add the comments, I learn with you helping me, and I learn in the future. Again, a massive, massive thumbs up and massive thank you to Simon, Rich, and the other guys at Wheelspin Models for doing a lovely price comparison on this vehicle. They brought it down from 379 or 89 right the way down to 359. Great big thumbs up, guys. Thank you very much. I am now a loyal customer of theirs, and I will be doing more videos concerning Wheelspin Models in the future if they have like events or things like that. Like I said, guys, hope you have enjoyed the video. Sorry, I'm going to stop waffling now. If you have, please smash that like button down on the left hand side. If you're a subscriber, great big thumbs up. Thank you for staying with me. If you want to become a subscriber, please smash the subscribe button down on the left hand side, and you can click on the little bell and click on all, and then that way you get notified of all of my videos I publish. I'm going to leave a list below of all the bits and pieces that I bought. Obviously the DR8, the battery, the connections and the adapters. And I'll also leave links to Wheelspin Models where you can get this item, but obviously you're going to have to go in store if you want to try and get this cheaper, and show that, you know, I can. But like I said, they've done it for me this time. They might not ever do it for me again, but it was good of them to do it, so I'm going to give them a big plug. Sorry guys. If you want to carry on watching videos from my channel, there should be a link coming up here and here. Until the next time, guys, look after yourselves, protect your loved ones, but above all, happy modelling, and bye-bye from Chelmswood RC.